that engine howl. Just moving on over till the dealer's on the prowl. Push it down, stand on it, put it on the floor. Roaring down the back stretch, blowing off their doors. Eating up the asphalt, chewing up the miles. They're bringing out the checkered flag, the crowd is going wild. Carolina country boys always find a way to win. Y'all way bye-bye, look, Tim Davis done it again. The man meant business when he got behind the wheel. Eye like an eagle, nerve made of steel. Speed is a bottom line, winning is the deal. Let it whine, man he's flying. Finish line, one more time.
Alrighty, I think we got it all figured out. Welcome, everyone, to episode 4, covering week 4 of Value Alliance Racing action. Both ARCA, who went to Kansas on Tuesday, and then our super late model series race 150 laps of Hickory Motor Speedway. We're going to be covering anything and everything over the course of this week. And boy, what a week it was. We had some new faces get some solid results, and we had a couple of pretty exciting finishes, if I do say so myself. I am joined here with Dylan, Grace, and Andrew Smith. Fellas, how we doing?
Pretty good. Pretty ready to get on to the next week. That is for sure. After the week I had, specifically, I am 100% ready to just go on to next week.
Heck yeah. First and foremost, any mothers that are out there want to wish a happy Mother's Day. None of us would be here without our lovely mothers, so happy Mother's Day. And also want to give a quick shout out to our fellow admin, Ryan Hunter. Going through some personal things, death in the family. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, bro. If you ever need anything, we're all here for you. All here praying for you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's an unfortunate situation to have to miss Ryan, but hopefully he's taking care of himself and everything that he's got to take care of in the interim. But regardless, we're here to cover for him, and we have a pretty exciting show to go ahead and without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's just jump on into it. Tuesday night, ARCA Series Week 4. We head to Kansas. I think there was a few of us that were pretty excited for this one. At least for me, I was excited to get back onto an oval, try and continue to put down some good stuff. And obviously, Dylan and I will probably touch on it, but our team certainly did not have the greatest Tuesday night ever. And even Andrew, your team also had a bit of friendly fire in this one. So, I mean, yeah, what'd you guys think of Tuesday? What'd you have for us?
I had a rough one. I don't remember really what the team violence was with my team because my race pretty much got ruined on lap 4. But then, the only reason it got ruined and I even decided to park it was because I thought, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I thought that even if the pits were closed, you just got an EOL. So I was like, I'm lucky dog. I'm going to go into the pits because I'm going to the end of the line anyways, but I was wrong. So I ended up getting a 40-second hold after we went green, and I gave up. So I did not actually see the team I know it was between Ben and Tyler on Elite Motorsports, if I'm not mistaken, on the final lap.
Yeah, I can confirm it was Ben, Ryan, and Tyler who got mixed up on the wrong end of a 3-wide moment, and unfortunately they were the two who got worst off from it. And so it was definitely a bit of a drama to end things off, but Ty Manning ends up sneaking away with a win when he was looking like he was going to have a solid third wrapped up, and maybe even worse when he got wrapped up in that 3-wide moment.
Yeah, I mean, going back to last week, Believe me and Ryan actually talked about Ty. This was one of his favorite tracks. He was going to be a threat. Uh, Chose a interesting strategy for the race by I don't think he qualified.
Yeah.
So came from the back, got all the way up there, and you know, lap that mattered, that last lap, it was right there to pounce. So kudos to Ty. As you were kind of referencing to Dakota, our team kind of went through some struggles.
Yeah, let's just rip the band-aid off. Team Him might have had the worst night out in team history, some might say. Multiple instances of teammate on teammate action. The final of which, and you and Ryan got tangled up together early on in the race, and then me, in my infinite wisdom, getting a little loose into the wall, sort of pitted you and took us both out. And so I think you got to keep going. That was the end of my day, and I'll have a lovely drive-through penalty awaiting me next week. And so it's gonna be a long way back. But yeah, tough night for Team Him. Even Sam, who got wrapped up here in some incidents early too. And so not the best showing for Team Him either. So we can't throw too many stones today.
Nah, it was definitely treacherous. Went into it feeling really good. But yeah, come race time, seemed like the track changed a lot. And then, of course, you got all of us packed together. Just felt like we were on skates for a whole while there throughout that race, just kind of biding our time, being careful, trying to almost at some points being too careful to where people behind us are getting up into our stuff. So just interesting race. Definitely up and down for some of us, but you know, like we said about Ty, he found himself in the right spot, right time. And how about that battle between Tyler and Ben though on that last lap? Just seemed like they were side by side for that entire green-white checkered all the way to the end.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was kind of what you expect to see from Ben and Tyler. I mean, those guys have had some heck of a start to both seasons. Yeah, I think it was, we were talking to him after the fact, and I think he admitted, well, watch. It's funny, when you go and watch the onboard of him sort of chopping down across the nose of Ty, it doesn't look that bad, but then you go off board, and it looks like he just fully slams down over the nose. And I think he'll be thinking about that one a little bit, especially as he got thrown into the catch fence and slid across the finish line. I think on the wall, and so I don't know. It was an interesting one to come off of Sonoma for, because I think everyone was excited. I'm sure some of these guys who didn't have as much success at the road course were excited to get back on the oval. And it was I feel like it was, you kind of mentioned it, where it was like everyone was sliding around. It felt like it was kind of hard for everyone to really get into a groove. And so it meant you were constantly running up on people or falling back into people. And I think that just caused a little bit of chaos as that race went on. But, I mean, ultimately, I'm never going to look at a podium of Ty Manning, Andrew Hale, and Chad Ross, a couple of new names up there as well, and be disappointed in that result, because at the end of the day, we'd like to see these guys get rewarded for coming out here and putting in the effort. But at the same time, and maybe this is a better set for us and not Ben or Tyler, but I had a lot of fun going back. I had fun watching it over the last 40 laps when I was stuck in the pits. So I think we at least still put on a good show. What do you think, Andrew?
I thought it was overall a good race. I think so far every Tuesday's been really good. Kansas was definitely weird. I feel like it's a pretty fast track, but like you guys said, after 15 laps, you're just scooting around. Your tires are absolutely shot, so it made it interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. It was a tough one to get just sort of the handle on, but ultimately, you got to do what you got to do as you go to Kansas, and so it was a fascinating one. I think we're starting to already get an idea of what the playoff race is going to look like as we continue to march on here. But at the same time, I was taking a look at the standings as we were getting ready, and actually, there's the fight. I think for those last couple of spots are gonna really heat up as this goes on, because I was looking at it, and mainly because I think I was involved in this. But there is a 4-way tie for 12th. And so realistically, you're looking at Don Francesco, who's sitting on 46 points, and then, like I said, I'm in that battle for that 12th is on 42 points, and so you have basically only 6 points separating everyone from that final playoff spot, and so I'm really curious to see how this one goes. Obviously, drops still need to come into play, and we'll see how all that shakes out. Points are always going to get a little weird as the drops start coming in, but ultimately, I think the playoff situation we have implemented is going to cause a little bit of fun as the season wears on. We're obviously still early, 4 weeks into a 20+ race schedule. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but as of right now, I love to see that sort of playoff cut line starting to already sort of shake out. What do you guys think?
That's the fascinating thing right now. So far, 4 races in. Granted, it's been 4 completely different kind of races,
Oh yeah.
but we've had 4 different winners. Had different people towards the top, but like you kind of said, we kind of know who's going to be there. Like Ben Ryan, Michael Quick, them two have kind of been, in my eyes, the class each and every week so far, but Ben hasn't gotten a checkered flag yet. I know Michael won at Sonoma, but 4 different winners. I feel like as we get deeper into the season and on to season 2, season 3, we're going to sound like a college football panelist up here arguing, we need to have more drivers in the playoffs.
I mean, we might, especially with some of the size of fields that we've been getting. I think we're going to have to maybe talk about that if we continue growing like we have, because I feel like every day I log into Discord, the more people joining, and so we might be having some conversations here soon. Andrew, what do you think about the playoff picture 4 weeks into a 20 race season?
I think it's hard to really look at as of right now, or even think about. And as a driver, I'm not even necessarily thinking about it, because even after a terrible race at Kansas, I'm still sitting in 4th. So it's not, I guess, until about 15 races, I'm not going to really start paying attention to that or even thinking about it.
Sounds like something a guy sitting in 4th in the standings would say. That's all I'm saying. As a guy who's fighting for that 8th spot, I'm all eyes on it. But no, you're absolutely right. It's just, I just find it really interesting because I think it is just sort of the parity we've seen so far. I think I'd be remiss to say that I wasn't a little worried that we'd have the same guys always winning, getting podiums, and sort of just like really locking out that top spot. And while we have seen the same guys there or thereabouts, I think we've just seen a lot of very varied results. Kind of like Dylan said, we had a lot of different kinds of races, which has led to 4 very different sets of results, which I think is really setting us up well to down the season. And I mean, if I'm just looking at it, because we do sort of have a lot of that varying race styles that I think are really going to keep everyone in it. Like everyone's going to have what they're good at. I'm looking at Chicago Street coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun for me. And it's just, I think it's gonna shake out really fun, and I'm just excited for it. I think.
The big thing I think about making the schedule was, instead of making it one style of track that's just easy, we have everything from the half miles, quarter miles, whatever you want to call it, road course. We have a mixture of everything, so you're going to get the differences in driving styles, and yeah, it's just different. So that's what, I forget what I'm even trying to say.
I think you got to get enough across.
I mean, yeah. I hate to be the bearer of bad news though, but the way these sessions are getting set up, we're going into the summer months, so these tracks are going to get tougher because of the conditions.
True. Yeah.
So track conditions are going to be hot. So that's going to be a twist thrown into some of these guys buying for those playoff spots, like you mentioned. Because come late in the summertime, people are trying to get into the playoffs. You gotta deal with the conditions. So a lot of different races, like you said, a lot of hot tracks that we're going to have. So people are going to have to really hone in on taking care of their stuff moving forward.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's the other benefit of having really like as long a schedule as we do. I mean, you're going to get a little bit of everything, both in terms of track driving style, but also in terms of conditions. Because man, oh man, it's really going to test these guys on taking care of their tires, taking care of the car, And yeah, especially when you get into those hot races, it's going to make or break. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun because we'll see the guys who are really pushing for it. That's the ones you're going to keep an eye on as we continue marching on. But I mean, do we have anything else from Arca, Kansas? I feel like we kind of touched on a little bit of everything. Anything else you guys had on top of the head?
Nothing else for Kansas, but I can tell you right now, going into Thursday, it's the same thing for me.
Dylan, anything from Kansas?
The 12 team, we're on to Charlotte. We're looking ahead.
Yeah, I think a lot of the meetings going on in the Team Him headquarters is burning the tape,
Yeah,
moving on.
Tough week.
Yeah, tough week. All the head bosses are getting together, going, "Hey, let's put that one on the shelf. That one's gone. Let's go ahead and move forward." 130 laps of Charlotte next week. I, for one, more than ready for that one to get here. I think it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. And if I'm not mistaken, we got 130 laps stage break at lap 80. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Getting a really long first stage. That's going to be, hopefully we get some green flag run and some green flag stops to really get these guys tested. But speaking of being tested, Thursday night, super late models head to Hickory Motor Speedway. I believe, if my memory serves me correct, this is our first sub half mile track. Can't go full quarter mile because, you know, I think it was a .3 change mile track. I think that showed a lot in what we saw on Thursday. A little bit of chaos as the race control for that race kept me busy all night for sure. Andrew, you were the one here who took part in that race. I mean, give us your perspective of that one because it definitely looked a little tougher out there on this group.
I hated it. I was not a fan of this race. I once again did pull into the pits and park my butt right up. So it was another one that was really bad. Really did not have fun. And
yeah, I think I just double checked my count. I think 14 cautions over the course of 150 laps really tested these guys' mental focus because I think we did get some green flag running towards the end. I think we had a couple of runs of 20 to 25 laps there at the end, which is a nice way to end it off. But yeah, it was a tough one all around. I think these guys were really starting to feel the difference in going from a half mile track like we did at where were we, week 3, Kern, I think, at everyone really settled in, but then just shrinking it just that much, I think it really keeps you on your toes because you're never getting a moment of breathing room at these short tracks. And yeah, I think we have to start talking about the 95 team and their next super sub and Landon Williams, who steps in for the still recovering Robert Warrens, in which I was going to wish him well, but at this point I think I want him back because we might actually have a shot of taking him down because everyone they seem to be bringing in is battling for race wins. So Landon gets the win. Tyler Barnes gets a little bit of redemption from Tuesday night, gets himself a second. And then Jonathan Tuckness rounds out our podium. What did you guys think of Thursday night action?
That was, I'm a fan watching, very entertaining. It kind of, at the beginning, like you said, was rough. You know, it was rough going green flag, caution. The tow wreckers were getting paid overtime Thursday night, hauling out a lot of wreck cars. But like you said, that 95 team, what a stable that they got over there. Just instant plug in, boom, instant threat in the race. So like, it seems like no matter who they plug into that car, it's just they got the equipment over there. They're getting the job done regardless of where we go. They're going to be a threat each and every week, I think, moving forward till Robert comes back. And when Robert does come back, they're still going to be a threat because we know what he's capable of. So was really entertained, though, as a fan watching from home towards the end there with all the different strategies going on, because I do believe they had one set of tires behind the wall. So it was very pick and choose when you want to use them, at what time, and when you think that last caution's going to be. And we saw it play out there at the end. You know, Tyler Barnes and our winner, you know, they came and got that last set right there in that whatever last caution was, and we had a nice green flag run, and they were able to get up there. So yeah, very entertaining. I think what was his name? Jonathan Tuckness.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, put up a fight. He had a big lead there.
Yeah.
Did what he could to hold on, but those fresh tires at the end of the day, they prevailed.
Yeah. Can confirm. The last caution comes out lap 121. And we saw Jonathan Tuckness, I think, was probably one of the front runners who elected not to come in and take tires, just trying to play that track position game. But Landon Williams and Tyler Barnes electing to come in, and that long green flag run there at the end, I think, was definitely the difference maker there. And that was a very interesting call. You're right, because especially with a race like that, you never how can you respectfully expect to get a good 25 laps of green flag there at the end, especially at the end of a race. I mean, we've seen some of these guys really go for it at the end there, but yeah, fresh tires prevail. And you mentioned kind of enjoying the viewing part of it. I enjoyed all the battles we got between the identical 95 liveries out there at the front. A bit of confusion on the 95 team and who's going to be filling in for Robert, so we had a little bit of double trouble out there, and it was a whole heck of a lot of fun. Andrew, I know you said your race got kind of ended a little early in the grand scheme of things, but what else? What else you got for us for Thursday?
I still think it was fun. There were some moments of green flag runs that we did have where you could tell that you could run both lines on the outside and the inside. So there was a lot of points in time where you were actually doing some really good racing with some of these guys. So it was overall still pretty fun. Just unfortunately for the number 4, this week's been pretty bad. So
definitely a week to forget, I think, for a handful of us. Yeah, I think this is a podcast of commiseration for this week. Definitely not the ones to be talking about solid results. But let's go ahead. Let's take a look. Greener pastures ahead Thursday. 150 laps of Myrtle Beach. I think that'll probably be a track a little more suited to what these guys have been used to running so far this season. I think we'll get things settled down again. Expecting still a pretty solid field. I think that's a bit of a tangent. I think that's one thing I've been impressed by is the size of these fields we've been getting. And when we saw 20 cars line up at Hickory Motor Speedway, Ryan and I were kind of talking, going, this one could get a little dicey because 20 cars on this little third of a mile track could get pretty tight pretty quick. And I think we saw a little bit of that. So hopefully next week going to Myrtle Beach, things will open up a bit for them. We'll get back to some of this green flag racing because I mean, I for one looking forward to, I think, our third week in a row of Ben Ryan and Jeremy Root going side by side for multiple laps. I think that's become a mainstay here. But yeah, I think these guys have done an awesome job, especially the guys at the front, have shown what's really possible with these cars. And I think we've definitely seen some of the guys who might be a little newer to this start to get a little bit of an idea of what this car can do. And I'm excited to see them continue to grow. Dylan, what are you looking forward to next week as we head to Myrtle Beach?
I, for one, love the big fields. So if we have a big, solid field next week too, I'm all for it. I want to see a nice green flag run at the end of the race with some lap cars playing a factor maybe. But one thing's for sure, I expect whoever's behind the wheel to 95 to be up there.
Yeah.
Also keep an eye out for Waylon Nelson, another newcomer. Obviously he won a couple weeks ago, but someone to keep an eye out for to make some noise. And then, Tyler Barnes, I don't think he gets enough credit. I believe other than Robert, he's right there in the points battle, just steadily, consistently, always getting a podium finish seems like week in and week out. So maybe next week's his week that he can finally break through and get to victory lane.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Andrew? As someone who's going to be out there on the grid, what are you looking forward to next week?
It feels better. I've never raced Myrtle Beach. Don't even own the track yet, but so far from what I've heard, it seems like it's going to be a good one. It seems like everybody really likes the track, so hopefully it'll be like our past races, and we'll have some fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This definitely feels like the week where a lot of these guys are going to put on another good show. Ben Ryan, Jeremy Root, Tyler Barnes, Waylon Nelson. And Waylon Nelson is another great shout because he might not have finished on the podium, but he had another solid race. I think he got caught up in a couple incidents late that sort of held him back, but he was running up there very well. Obviously, I mean, Jeff Mills. I could go down this list on the standings pretty far, and I think these guys have done a fantastic job, and it's definitely something to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think all eyes are going to be on who can really close that gap to the 95 team, because man, oh man, I'm curious to see who they put in the car. We've got a new face every time, and we'll see who they put in there next time. But man, oh man, I think Thursdays are going to continue to grow into a lot of fun, especially because it really feels like there really is just a handful of guys on any given night that'll just be able to put it on the top step. And so I am really, really looking forward to that. But either of you guys have anything else for Thursdays?
I'm good for Thursday.
I'm excited. I'm just a fan. I love getting on each Thursday. No, got to keep the boys back in the truck busy.
It's
you know,
true, yeah.
keep
Yeah.
pumping them.
Ryan and I'll speak for Ryan and I here as we say we couldn't do the broadcasts on Thursday night here on the channel without those boys in the stats desk keeping us honest, keeping us stocked full of interesting facts about wherever we're racing. So I, for one, know Myrtle Beach has a vast history across many disciplines, and so I think we're going to keep the guys extra busy this week. But I think that'll wrap us up here for Thursday. I want to go ahead and be selfish and go ahead and I want to touch on the Gauntlet series. We've had another practice session over the weekend, and I, for one, am getting even more excited. A few people decided to go in, and for better or for worse, we decided to make it wet for a good majority of it, and so that kept us on our toes. But ultimately, I, for one, am getting really excited. I think that race is going to show up quicker than we could possibly imagine. Dylan, I know you're kind of taking the reins on that, but I have to just talk about how excited I am for that one to get going, because I think it's kicking things off an hour and 45 in the supercars at Le Mans. It's gonna test these guys, and I, for one, am ready to be tested.
Yeah, what a tough track, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, for an 8-mile track, there is a lot of room for mistakes. And I think moving forward, I believe we're going to start throwing up some practice sessions roughly around the end of these Sunday podcasts of the waiver round. So anyone out there that wants to get into the gauntlet, look forward to some practices on Sundays. And then obviously the races, I believe June 14th is our opening race, will be Sunday evenings. So it'll be fun. Looking forward to it. Wasn't expecting a wet track yesterday, but that's what we got. And yeah, we'll see how the conditions are from the next practice session I post, because I just let iRacing do its thing. That's the glory of making the sessions, is I just let it do its work.
Let it go and let it ride. Andrew, I can't remember if we talked about it. Are you planning on running the gauntlet, or are you going to be a spectator for that series?
I do plan on running it. I just haven't gotten I haven't got the supercars or the Le Mans track yet.
All right. Well, you better get on it. It's gonna get here quicker than you can imagine. And I think Dylan is right. Le Mans is gonna test everyone. Long straights, hard braking zones, and then a lot of some tight technical stuff to finish out the lap is gonna keep everyone on their toes. And the fuel situation and pit stops, I think, are going to play another big factor too. I know we were kind of talking about that, but we don't have to go into too many details. I just wanted to talk about it. I'm excited. That practice session really got my juices flowing for getting that series underway, and I'm excited for that one to get here. But we don't have to go on and on. I think that pretty much wraps it up. I know this was relatively quick, but I think the three of us are not really willing to go too deep into either of these races this week. We're excited to get moving forward. ARCA next week, 130 laps of Charlotte. It's going to be fun. And then Super Late Models, 150 laps of Myrtle Beach Speedway. You guys got anything else for us as we close this one out?
Nope.
Well, I just
excited to move forward and get ready to run these Patriot. I'm excited to see everybody's paint scheme at Charlotte.
There we go.
Yes.
Yes,
that is a good. Yep. Go ahead, Dylan.
It is what we considered a crown jewel event. So yeah, patriotic themes. Let's see the red, white, and blue. And I know we got a few Canadians in the field, so we may have some Canadian paints as well. But you know, we want the old red, white, and blue up front all night long.
Yeah, No, for sure. It's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of really good paints. I'm excited to see everybody else's. Ryan sent me over the paint that he made for me, and oh baby, am I excited to get that thing on there and get that thing going. But I think that will officially wrap things up for us here, episode 4 of the Waiver Round. I mean, I love that we do this. It's a nice way to sort of round out the week and talk about the highs and the lows of these races, because I think everyone gets a little bit of both. But looking forward to next week. I think you guys already mentioned it. I'm excited to get back in the seat and put last week behind us and continue to try and move forward. So you guys got anything else for the folks out there?
I got a quick announcement. Actually got to pull up my notes for this one. I just want to make the announcement now that in July we do have a off week. And come that off week, we are going to throw a charity race. That's going to be on a Saturday night. 100 laps at Charlotte. Speaking of Charlotte, we're about to head there. So no better time to make the announcement than now. In July, we'll head back to Charlotte on a Saturday night for a charity event for Christian's Dream, which is one of our sponsors. It will be a $10 entry fee to be in the race, but all proceeds go directly to the charity of Christian's Dream, which helps boys and girls around the country, get into youth sports. It helps buy equipment for them, whether it's baseball bats, baseball gloves, basketball, shoes, whatever they need. That's what Christian's Dream is all about. So $10 entry fee, and we got some fun stipulations in the race. We're going to do a Chevy versus Ford versus Toyota race. So if you drive a Chevy, you are going to be racing the Chevys. If you drive the Ford, we drive against the Fords. So we will have 3 different winners, but you got to be first place in your manufacturer. So should be fun. I believe Fearless Broadcasting is going to hop aboard and broadcast that race for us as well. So looking forward to that, and I'll be making an announcement on Discord about it too. So just wanted to throw that out there for people to get excited about.
No, absolutely. You covered my question about it going in the Discord. So if you're interested in seeing anything that he just mentioned or any of the details, go ahead, head over to the Discord when that gets posted. And I love a good charity race. I think especially running a league at the size we do, it's a good opportunity to give back and have some fun on our side as well, because we just get to do some racing and do some good all at the same time. So looking forward to that one for sure. Andrew, got anything?
I would just like to quickly remind everybody that you can now purchase Valiant Alliance Racing merch, which is on our Facebook at Valiant Alliance Racing, or in the Discord. You can get BMP merch, you can get Team Him merch, you can get Elite Motorsports merch, you can get the Canadian themed logo, everything. We got Nike hats, we got the hats with the fancy string on it. They're cool, it's sick, and it all goes straight back into the league, so don't forget about that. And I want to quickly say, before saying goodbye, that we love you, Ryan, and we are here.
Yeah, absolutely. You take care of you. We'll hold things down in the interim. You just worry about whatever you got going on. And when you're ready to come back, we'll welcome you back and be more excited for it. So, well. Couldn't imagine a better way to sign off here. That will wrap things up for us here this week. Another exciting week of racing ahead of us. And we'll be back a week from now to go over hopefully a much better week for all 3 of us. And we'll be even more excited to talk about the things that are going on. So we'll wrap things up there. We appreciate you all. And we'll see you guys next week.
I'm gonna ride like hell, fight fire with fires, watch my engines burn. Another in your face, Winston race, Gordon's out to set the pace, sit back.